High in the mountains, far above the low veld, I set out alone. No food, just a little water. It's just me, the thin air, and the climb ahead. Up here the world feels different, full of movement and sound. Every step reminds me why I come out here. To strip the life back to the basics. To test myself. To see what's left when everything else falls away. This is my solo summit. Alright guys, it just started raining heavily here. Alright, this is it. I have just been dropped off here in the mountains. I've got my backpack there. I've climbed about 1 kilometer. Behind me here is the low veld. You can't see it probably now, but as we gain elevation you can see over the trees. I'm going to show you exactly where I am. But I'm excited for this trip because it's a 3-day trip that I'm planning. We'll see how it goes, and 2 nights sleepover. I've only got a tent, I've got no food, and I've got the bare minimum essentials here. But I think let's get going. It's about just after 12 in the afternoon, and I need to get a place to sleep higher up in the mountains here. It's pretty steep and it's a long climb, and it's one of the highest mountain ranges in South Africa. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Even this K up here was a mission, and let's go. Alright, so this is the type of gradient we can expect. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's pretty steep. And yeah, my legs are going to work extra hard. I've got a heavy backpack. Hopefully it gets lighter as we go. And yeah, this trail has been pretty quiet. I haven't seen anyone, or seeing any sign of people. We're going to find a nice place at the top. Just at solitude, it's just a different feeling. I like it, but it's very humbling, and I think we need that in life. So mountains, there's something about mountains, eh? I tell you what, eh? I love them, and there's this mystique about mountains, and it's just wonderful. There's something about them. Yeah, it seems we going down in a dip, yeah? Yeah, it's amazing, these sun beetles, the noise they can produce sometimes. And yeah, it's almost like the cicadas or cicadas in America. It's almost the same thing. Probably the same thing, just a different species, but yeah, I like that sound. It's the sound of summer, yeah, and the sound of heat. But yeah, pretty cool, love it. It's pretty steep down here. And that sound there, that bird, is a red-chested cuckoo, and that usually means it's going to rain. So when it gets close to the time of getting dark, I'll need to get a place to rest. But it probably will be up there. I want to try and get it high as possible, but I have to look at the time. Time goes quickly here. As far as water goes, I brought some water with, but I hear water down there. I'm not going to get now, obviously. My bottles are still full, but it's a thing to keep in mind later. I brought some purifying drops, and I'll probably boil the water maybe, but I think the water running out of this mountain should be pretty fresh. So I don't think water is going to be a problem, even though you exert yourself because of the heights and the distance we're going to walk and the heavy backpack. So water consumption will be high, but I think we'll find water. We just need to plan it. I don't know where the water sources are exactly. That's a problem. Well, not a problem, the challenge. Alright, so it's going pretty good. Only thing is my Achilles is a little bit sore. I injured that with running a while ago and years ago, and it seems I went running the other day and I think I just injured my Achilles again, so I'll have to just keep an eye on it. I'm stretching down again and also pressing it, but this steep uphills, put quite a lot of strain on there, but I'll be fine. This is the northern side of the slope. So in South Africa, when you're on the northern side of the slope, it's more dense and overgrown. You'll see if we reach the top, or on the southern side, usually it's colder, more grass, less trees, and less rain, usually. So the landscape's completely different. So it's the first time I see a little open spot here in the trees, and I'm going to lift the selfie stick up. Maybe you can get a better perspective of the elevation we are at. Yeah, I'm just going to have some water, just rest a bit. I don't know even what tree this is. I'm completely out of my depth here. I don't know this area at all. And yeah, I don't know the trees. And just down here, a few kilometers, that's what I know. But yeah, it's completely new. Yeah, I hope I'm going to get water up here somewhere. I still have quite a bit, but it's definitely not going to last me 3 days. Maybe until tomorrow morning. Tomorrow I'll need to get water somewhere. I came to an open clearing here. Bunch of rocks and aloes, quite different from down just like 10 meters in there. It's just totally different. Looks like a rainforest down here. And yeah, it's just beautiful, eh? Nice to have some sun actually, because I've been in the shade all the time and I can't believe it, but it's actually a little bit quite chilly, down in the foresty area. But it's amazing. I found some droppings here, and yeah, what I think it is bush pig. It's their ideal environment, and yeah, they're definitely around here, eh? Yeah, I've been looking at places. I wondered where will I camp, but there are some places up here that are suitable. I would prefer a little bit flatter, but it's not too bad if you got your head on the higher elevation, But yeah, it's quite a tough climb. I'm not used to this altitude anymore because I live way down there. But yeah, let's see. Just carry on. Don't know what to expect exactly, but yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It gets dark pretty quickly here because it's very far east. So I should find a place before 5. The wind's picked up. I can't see that side. I don't know if there are dark clouds that side, but the rain is the other factor I have to keep in mind. The wind definitely picked up now. All right, guys, I'm absolutely exhausted, but lost a lot of water. But luckily, I came to this beautiful lookout point, and I want to show you what we have here. Look at that. Unbelievable. So, if you look on the horizon there, that's the Kruger National Park, the iconic Kruger National Park. And right down here, I'll say about there, where my finger is, that's where you will find lions, elephant, all the big five. And it's right here. But it's such a different place up here. They don't obviously come up here. But it is amazing to know. And I'm going to say it again, if you think back to a pioneer, because they came down this way, yeah, and they found this absolutely gorgeous area they're overlooking, and they go down, and what they found down there is totally different from what is up here. And to get down here without a trail is just almost, it's not impossible, but it's going to take you days. It will take you days to get down from the top of the mountain down. I think it's about 1.7 kilometers descent if you're coming from the top to the bottom. So, because down there in the Lowveld, it's about 200 meters above sea level, give or take, up to the highest point here in the back here, almost 2 kilometers high. So it is a vast difference. In wintertime, you'll freeze to death up here. And down there, it will be like a minimum of 10 degrees at night in wintertime. Unbelievable. Usually in winter it is around 20, I'll say 26 in the day, sometimes 30, and at night 12, 13. Up here, I don't know that well, but I've checked, get down to freezing, -2, -3. And as the crow flies, it's a few kilometers. It's insane. But yeah, you can look at all the moss here. And yeah, I must say, it's quite cool up here. I think tonight is not going to be the warmest night. I hope I brought enough bedding. I brought a sleeping bag, but yeah, I hope that's going to be enough. We'll see. Oh wow, there was just a vulture here, flying down below me. You don't see that often. I never look down upon vultures, I always look up to them. There it comes. Pretty high up here. I do hear water down here though, somewhere. Pretty high. I'm just struggling to find an ideal place. And I keep on going, moving on. Somewhere I have to decide, okay, I'm going to look for something and I'm going to make it work. But there's rocks here. This is not going to work. It's getting very dark and I'm still not finding a spot. So I'm climbing over these tree stumps all the time, constantly, and it's very exhausting, eh? Look at this giant tree, this ancient tree that fell. Pretty sad. I don't know. This looks like a good place here. I think so. I need to make a plan quickly because it's going to get dark very quickly. So I think right here. So there's definitely enough fuel around here. There's lots of wood, even though it's wet. Yeah, I'm gonna look here in the open area a little bit. That's just my common sense, to see if I can find anything that I can use as kindle and a little bit finer that will just get the fire going so I can build it. As soon as it's hot, then it will dry things out. So the idea is to make a fire now, and then if just to get something going for now, then I can always just put, if I got it hot and it's working, I can put more fuel on later and it will burn. Yeah, so let's see, let's start with this. Let's see if it works. Obviously you want to be prepared. I'm just excited to get something going here, or eager. So this is my pile to start off with. I've got this kind of moss, dried up moss. Then I've got like very fine twigs. Then I have some thicker twigs and sticks, but it feels quite moist. I don't know if it's going to burn. I'll try. I'm going to do my best. I think I'm going to build it right here. Then I can sit there against the tree, and if it gets cooler, I have some backing where the fire will reflect off the tent, and the wind is blowing this way. So it's blowing at the moment away from the tent. Yeah, there's some birds here. I've got no idea what they are. It's like a different world here. It's crazy, eh? So this fire was extremely hard to get up to this point. It's still not like burning great. So I put a dry shirt on and I got a top. That's the only thing I have. I don't know if it's going to be even enough, but the thing is I'm not going to stay out late. Put my shirt out there to dry out. Hopefully it does, but I've got some long pants if I need it. My pants are soaked, so yeah, we'll see. I might need to put on some other pants, but I don't want to sit on the ground with my dry pants because it is wet. It's crazy to think that it's only 5:30 now, and it's summer. It's almost dark. It's going to feel like such a long night though, because yeah, it's like dark. It's 6 already. It will probably be dark. But this fire is going slowly. I just want to warm up my coffee. I don't really need a fire, but it is nice to have always, because it's a little bit of company, and I want to heat up my coffee. You know, obviously I don't need a fire for food because I don't have anything. I'm going to try and see if I can get maybe fish tomorrow in the river somewhere. We'll see how it goes. I brought some hooks. Really nice to sit a little bit by the fire, generate some heat, and yo, what a weird place for me. Tomorrow I'll see where I'm going to sleep. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to check it out tomorrow morning. I'm going to check out the surroundings when we wake up, and then we'll check it out. This fire is going nowhere slowly. It's going somewhere, but it's going to take too long. So I brought a backup burner, and I'm going to make coffee with this now. chilly, windy. The forest is breaking a little, but it's windy out there. But yeah, what a nice evening. Can't see much though, just looking into trees. But there is a ditch down here, or a cliff. We'll check it out tomorrow morning. So I think it's almost time for me to call it a day. It's been a good day today. Smoke. This fire is just not... Ugh. Anyway, I think it's a good day so far. Well, it was a good day. And I think, let's see how tomorrow goes. See, there's actually steam coming out of my mouth. That is insane. Middle of summer, and yeah, just a very different environment. I've been sitting a bit by the fire to get some heat, but I think I'm going to turn in, and yeah, we can end the day on a thought of the day, and it's going to be, if you seek revenge, dig 2 graves. Well, that's all I have to say pretty much. I think it sums it up. And yeah, I think we should think about it a bit. Obviously, all people's circumstances are different, but there's a lot of truth in that, that's for sure. But I'm not going to bore you with all my wisdom at once, so we are going to turn in and call it a night. Okay, so I just got into the tent and it just started raining. Should be good. The floor is a bit hard, but we'll make the best of it. See you tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. Good morning, guys. It rained a whole night, and yeah, I just waited a little bit. It just stopped, and yeah, look at this. It is soaked, and it's beautiful, and just get out now and just start packing up and heading out. Maybe it's going to be a good day. I don't know. I heard some thunder down here now as well, but I think that rolled out of here. I'm not sure, but let's check it out. Perfect. Nice. I've got the tent broken up. That's where the fireplace was, and already it's there was this mist coming through here now while I was breaking up the tent, and very different day from yesterday. It's cloudy, it's quite chilly, and it's very windy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go into this direction here. I don't know what's out there, but it would be nice to find some water, even though it's nice and cool now, so I won't need urgently, but I've got some still. It's not an emergency, it's just for maybe on the way back for tomorrow. As you can see, everything is very wet, and yeah, last night was quite chilly, and I just had enough heat to make me not get up and do something about it, but I couldn't because it was raining, and but it wasn't too bad in the end. Had quite a nice sleep, even though the ground was hard, but no complaints. And also there's something was feeding around my tent last night in the rain. I probably think it's a bush pig by the sounds of it, and yeah, I could hear it like just coming quite close to the tent. I don't know if it knew I was there, depending on the wind, but yeah, that was pretty cool. That's a female bushbuck, and yeah, I don't think she saw me. So it just started raining lightly. It's not coming through already because of the canopy of the trees. Wow, look at this, eh? What a beautiful place. It's insane. Absolutely, it's amazing. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in South Africa. There's some blue skies there though. I think that's what I see. That will be good. So let's hope for blue skies. It's pretty high up here. Look at it. Absolutely insane. So there's a bit of an open clearing here. If you look way down there, probably about, say, 40 kilometers, you get the border of the Kruger National Park. Skakuza is probably down this way, and there are a few villages down here. And yeah, I'm looking from the top down over this beautiful valley. I'm trying to get a better viewpoint, but I'm going to keep on walking. Maybe we see a better viewpoint and we can sit down a little bit and just enjoy it, take some photos and some better footage. But I'm almost above the clouds here, or straight in line with the clouds, and it's amazing. So every now and then the sun comes out, so I thought I'll put the solar panel on top of my backpack. I've got a cable running and it's gonna hopefully charge my battery bank for the camera. Pure spring water. That's what you call spring water. I'm gonna put a drop or two in there, or a drop, just in case, just for safety. But I think it should be good. Yeah, there's a bit of a mist coming over now. It's more like clouds, you know, coming through, and because we're so high, we're catching them. So the day is getting hotter and hotter. I'm probably going to need to change into shorts pretty soon, because I don't want to, you know, sweat unnecessarily. So there's an overhang with a rock here. These rocks are extremely slippy. I'm not going to go any closer. I'm not going to take the chance. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to peek the camera over, lengthen my selfie stick, and let's see what it looks like. When you're doing this, you have to be extremely careful, because one slip like this can end your life right here, and it's not worth it always just to have a peek. So, you know, I fell a couple of times. These rocks are very, very slippery. I fell on the trail luckily, but yeah, I'm extra cautious and I'm not taking any chances because this will really go bad very quickly. So when you're out there, guys, just be careful of that. Alright. Wow, this is just incredible. So there was this devastating fire here by the looks of it. It just opened everything up here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. It's nice to have a bit of sun. I can dry some of my clothes on these rocks and recharge some batteries and my own with a cup of coffee. And I've got nowhere to go today, so there's no rush, but this place is huge. I've got no idea where I am. I've just displayed all my clothes and put it on the rock here, and now it got overcast again. I'm gonna light my burner, make some coffee, and yeah, just enjoy the rest. I'm not sure how I slept last night. Not too bad, I must say, but yeah, the ground was hard, and I woke up a couple of times with things moving around the tent, noises I'm not familiar with, but the rain muffled most of it because it rained the whole night. From, I say it was 7 when I went to bed, and it only stopped at, I think, at about 5 in the morning. I also noticed when these clouds lift and I can see the blue sky, there are some cirrus clouds, and that means weather is on the way. So I'm getting picked up tomorrow, so I should be fine, but it's just something to keep in mind. We'll see what the weather does. It plays a big factor here in this area. But anyway, it's nice to be here. Completely different experience. But I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna head out again. I rested a bit, didn't get much sun, I must say. It was like all this mist rolling in all the time, but there was a bit of sun. But it's time to get moving for me. I'm not sure where I'm gonna camp, but I think I need to get a place at, like, say 3 latest, because I don't know, the weather just is not very consistent, and I think there's going to be rain later. So I'm going to carry on down this trail, but then I'm going to be on the lookout for a place to rest for the night, for in case there is like a lot of rain tonight. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind, just to make sure that we choose a good place to rest and that is safe. So yeah, let's go. Let's find this place. I've also made peace with the fact I'm probably not going to eat, because it is there's no berries and nothing I know. Yeah, I can't see anything I can eat, and also the streams I'm getting is basically too shallow and there's no fish in there, and I don't think it's consistent. I think it's only because of the rain. But anyway, they're all beautiful and I do appreciate it, and it's a source of water, so that was more than what we asked for. So yeah, grateful for that. Pickup is in about 30 hours, so I just need to make sure that I'm back by then. So I've approached this marsh area here, this open field in the back here. I went down there and it's all wet. That's probably why it's open. I was curious. And that's why nothing grows there, because it's too wet. But it looks so cool, that tree there with the rock, the birds. going crazy. Well, they stopped now. Thanks, birds. But yeah, it's awesome. There's some blue sky. Yeah, and there was also a plane that flew over now. That was the first sign I've seen of humans in 2 days. I haven't seen any sign in this area. That's what makes it cool. Love it. There are some bushbuck tracks here. What is amazing to me is I've only seen them once, and it just shows you they're so elusive and it's so lush, and the vegetation is just ideal for them to hide. We're probably going back into the thickets now. See, the only thing about camping here, it's nice and level. The only problem is if it rains a lot, this turns into a river probably. So yeah, you don't want to be here then. Winter time is probably fine, but in summer, a little bit risky. I'm heading further, what I feel is south, and looks slightly different here. Still very rainforesty feeling. It's insane. So beautiful there. I just saw a red duiker. It's a very rare antelope, and I've never seen one standing like just standing there in the wild. It bolted now, but it did see me. It wasn't sure what I was. Wow, just look at that view. This is the first time I've been walking for hours, and this is the first time I can actually get a view, and it is absolutely stunning, eh? Nice to see, nice to see. As much as I want to climb up and up and up, I think I'm not going to find a better place than this, eh? I must just check the water flow, that's all. That's coming down this ridge here, so doesn't look too bad though. Cheers. So I think I've probably walked, if I have to guess, probably, I'll say 30 kilometers. And yeah, it's been with that backpack, it's quite a mission, and also with the incline and conditions. You have to bend a lot here underneath branches because there's a lot of branches that fall and trees. I'm already thinking about the thought of the day, and it's like now it's like wisdom loading 101. I found so many ticks on me. I didn't expect it. It's the small ones, the pepper ticks, like same as jiggers in America. They are just, I absolutely hate them. But I found another bigger tick on me, and now I'm seeing a lot of mosquitoes. The joys of life. I'm gonna try and make a fire because I've got time, and That will maybe disperse some of the ticks and mosquitoes. So it's worth a try. I'm probably wasting my time, but I'm going to try and make a fire. It is wet. Alright, so there's a lot of smoke going. It is very wet, but yeah, we'll leave it a bit and see. Maybe we get a nice fire going, I don't know. It is threatening to rain here as I'm sitting by the fire. So I think I'm almost going to go in to the tent, call it a day. I think it's still quite early though, but I can get a nice rest and be ready for tomorrow, get myself mentally prepared, and let's do the thought of the day. So the thought of the day is, just because you can't be found doesn't mean you are lost. That's it. Think about that one. So I just bumped into the tent, the fire's still burning, but the wind is pumping and it started raining now. Yeah, thunder in the distance. I think it's on the way. Alright guys, it just started raining heavily here. I'm gonna call it a night. There's nothing else for me to do, and yeah, I'll just keep an eye on this tent. But yeah, it's coming down quite heavily now, so I hope it doesn't get worse. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm saying good night, and I'm out. Morning guys, it's early morning. The forest is starting to wake up, and I'm gonna make myself a nice cup of coffee. The birds are going crazy, the cicadas or sun beetles are going crazy, and what a nice morning. It rained last night, it rained for a while, a lot of thunder and lightning, but then it calmed down and it was a bit windy sometimes, but overall what a nice evening. I heard some nice sounds as well. I heard some owls, and it was just a great experience. I'm gonna get myself some coffee made and then pack up my tent and all the stuff here. Also, just look at that. The sun about to rise over the horizon. That is awesome. That sun right there is super clean. It's rising over the Kruger National Park. It's barely over the horizon. And look how bright it is. Unbelievable. Having a nice cup of coffee, watching the sunrise through the forest. Can't get better than this. Absolutely amazing. It is just amazing. There's a mountain behind me as well. It even goes higher. I'm not sure what elevation I'm at, but it's pretty high. But I don't think as high as where I slept yesterday. But I think it's still high. But this mountain in the background, yeah, is a monster. I think one day when I'll come back, I'll attempt to climb that. But then I'll need to go straight there because there's just not enough time. I did a kind of a loop, I think, but there's just not enough time to do that and the mountain. So yeah, we'll try and get a better view of it. But it's super high. All right, so I think I'm gonna start breaking up the tent. My pickup is at 2:30, 9 hours to get to the pickup. It is quite far and rough terrain, but let's do it. So through the trees here, I can see there's a waterfall all the way down there. I put my backpack up there, and yeah, I'm gonna go down here and check it out. This section is quite hard to do. There's a lot of like downward slopes quite far down, and it's also canted to the side of the slope, and also it's very wet today, so I'm taking it quite slow, just easy, because with a backpack with a weight you are not as nimble as you think you are in your mind, so you have to always keep that in mind. So it looks like I've joined the trail that we came in on. So that is good news. I do recognize the spot. And it means I'm about probably 8 kilometers. What's that? 5 miles from the pickup point. So yeah, most of the way is downhill. We're starting our major descent now. I literally slept on top of that mountain there on that first night. Incredible. I'm really tired. I've got no more energy left. This steep uphill, I think it's the last one. Oh man, almost there. I made it to the point where we started this video. My drop-off point was just down here, and the pickup point will be at the same time. I'm a bit early, but it's fine. I am absolutely tired, and I'm gonna rest now a little bit before the pickup and maybe take a snooze. No, I don't know, but I'll rest a bit. From this trip I learned that the mountains aren't a joke. I also learned that it's hard to get food up there. It's easier to get water, but food is quite a thing that I'm not familiar with in that environment in the forest. It's very different. But out down here in the low veld, food is easier for me, but water is a problem again. So anyway you look at it, it's tough to survive out there. But on that note, I thank you for watching and appreciate all the support. I'm blown away, really happy about that, and we'll definitely do more adventures in the future again. See you on the next one.